the right to abortion care.
Congresswoman Spear, I'll go to you, and I know you are tight on time, so I want to ask you, when we heard from Vice President Harris, and of course Congresswoman Presley is reflecting this, that this fight is not over, it must continue. What is the most effective avenue, just in a practical, concrete, strategic way? What is the next step that you will take to work to shore up protections for abortion access on the federal level?
Holly, thank you. I think the first thing we need to do is help women across this country recognize that medication abortion, which is the form of a pill that a woman takes, is available to them, that in fact 59% of women actually have an abortion with medication pills, and that we make that readily available to them. I support what the Vice President said and what my colleague Ayanna Pressley has said. This is the greatest setback of women's rights in the history of this country. We've never had the Supreme Court take away rights from people. And it's ironic that yesterday they expanded the rights for gun owners, and today they're taking rights away from women to control their own body. They are, in fact, mandating government mandates of pregnancy in this country. It cannot stand. And we are going to take it to the November midterm elections. We need to pick up 2 Senate seats so we can have an opportunity to have more clout in the Senate. We need to get to 60 if we're going to overturn the filibuster. And I think that we've got to, all stops are out. We have to take the steps necessary to protect women. Half the women in this country could be criminalized because they live in states that are not going to be offering abortions.
One of the things we heard the Vice President allude to is what could be next, potentially. Justice Alito in the decision wrote that the dissent suggests that our decision calls into question Griswold, Eisenstadt, Lawrence, Obergefell, decisions that protect, for example, the right to birth control access, same-sex marriage, et cetera. But we have stated unequivocally that nothing in this opinion should be understood to cast doubt on precedents that do not concern abortion. However, Justice Thomas wrote, in future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell. Do you think that is a realistic risk at this point? In other words, how much do you believe this Supreme Court, as it is currently made up, could roll back where we are?
I think it's a very real threat. I think it's also a threat to have a national ban on abortions, and that's why my state of California, we can't take that lightly, because we've got great laws on the books, and the governor is about to sign one that enshrines it in the Constitution. But I absolutely believe that they are on a path to ban contraception, to affect trans persons in terms of their rights, to ban same-sex marriages, and have an effect on LGBTQ rights in this country. There is a war out there, and we need to recognize that we've got to armor up.
That's right. This is not a drill. This sets a dangerous precedent that would allow the court to undermine other fundamental human rights. There's no low that these people won't go. So whether you need abortion care or not, this impacts everyone in our society, and it's really critical that we fight back. Our destiny